Hello, happy Friday. So welcome. If you are new here, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Sam Kelly, and you are watching Crafting and Conspiracies on Friday evenings at 7 o'clock. It is a little late. I'm a little tardy for the party tonight. However, it's all good. It's Friday, right? So every week we discuss a new conspiracy theory and how we feel about it. Do we think it's fact or fiction, right? So if you're new here, y'all feel free to join in the conversation, send me a message. Let me know in the comments if you think it's silly or if you think there's some merit to it. All I ask is that you be nice to everyone in the comments. Just don't be an arse, okay? All right, so tonight we're going to be making a fall grapevine wreath using some orange and green florals. And tonight's conspiracy theory, we're all in blue because I do want to cover a blue conspiracy theory later on, but I'm trying to let it play out so we have a little bit more conversation, a little bit more depth with it, to see if there is a little bit more merit to it, and if not, that's okay too. However, this evening I thought we would talk about the top 5 conspiracy theories that turned out to be true. So they're no longer considered a CT, they are considered fact. So with that being said, I am going to start designing our wreath. Okay, so with the top 5 conspiracy theories that turned out to be true, we're going to start in at number 5. And number 5 is that the U.S. hired a German Nazi scientist after the Cold War. So this actually turned out to be true. But at the time, everybody thought it was having a toddy this evening. So number 5, sorry, I'm getting off topic. So we're talking about the top 5 conspiracy theories that actually turned out to be true. Number 5 is that the U.S. hired a German Nazi scientist after the Cold War. This is fact. So this operation was supposed to be secret, and it was very controversial at the time, obviously. Von Braun was he was hugely popular, actually attributing to being an integral part to the development of the space program and space travel for the United States. So that's number 5. But let me just say this, let me preface this. All of these theories that whenever they were going on, people thought that they were crazy. Just like now when people come up with these thoughts, these conspiracy theories, and people say, oh, that's crazy. Well, who's to say that 50, 60 years down the road, it's not going to turn out to be true? I don't think people, a lot of times, they don't pull this information from nowhere. They see something, maybe on news, or they put 2 and 2 together about a couple of things, and then they're like, that would make sense if this is the reason why this is happening. So I think that's how conspiracy theories come to be. Number 4. I wish I had a one of those plugins where I could do something real cool, like what are they called? I want to say a layover, but that's flights. That's not what I'm talking about. I feel like by the end of the day, my brain is mush. But yet we're on number 4. So number 4 of the top 5 conspiracies that actually turned out to be true, the faked Gulf War testimony. So on C-SPAN aired this 15-year-old young lady, her name was Naira, and she gave a testimony. It was heartfelt and it was dramatic, and it was in regards to the Gulf War. And she was speaking on the atrocities that Iraq had committed against Kuwait, which prompted the okay for the invasion for that particular war. And she was talking about how, Iraq was going into the hospitals, the soldiers were going into the hospitals, and surgeons were going into the hospitals and were taking the babies out of the incubators and, committing these heinous acts, right? And later it was revealed that it was false, and Naira was actually the daughter of the Kuwaiti ambassador to the U.S. That was under George H. Bush, the George H. Bush era. Now, while that was going on, there were a ton of skeptics. Once a whistleblower came out and said, hey, this is not true. This young lady is being drugged into this and being put up to this. People, were outraged and said, no, the things that she's saying are happening and we need to go in and, do something about it. And that's kind of what led to the U.S. invading during the Gulf War times, right? So again, while this stuff is happening, we're not thinking about whether or not we're so quick to react. And that was back then, let alone today. Could you imagine? So our number 3 conspiracy theory that is true, that has been proven true, is the Bohemian Grove Secret Society. So if you've watched any of my conspiracy theory, crafting and conspiracy videos, you'll know that on one of my previous videos, I covered secret societies. So I covered, I touched on the Illuminati and Skull and Bones and the Masons and, how they're all kind of, the Cabal, how they're all kind of intact, and people use those names synonymously. And there's good reason for that, right? So the reason why is because a lot of these groups are in cahoots with one another, or considered to be. Bohemian Grove is no exception. It's the secret society. It's a California club. This is where all of the elites meet in secret to talk about their next move, right? So, for example, Nixon and Reagan met at Bohemian Grove, and their conversation was about which one of them would become president first. So one of the things that actually happened at Bohemian Grove was the meeting for the Manhattan Project. And the Manhattan Project, as y'all will know, was in 1942. That's where they discussed creating the atom bomb. So that was actually a thing that happened. And that was considered true. Okay, I think I want to go number 2 of conspiracy theories that actually turned out to be true. And this was about the Dalai Lama being a CIA agent. Have any of y'all heard any of these? So I had to write this one down because I don't recall ever reading about this. Like, I don't know why I've never heard about this one ever before. And so this one was during the 1960s, the US government was paying the Dalai Lama a 6-figure salary. According to the declassified intelligent documents, he earned $180,000 in connection with the CIA's funding of the Tibetan resistance. And the idea was basically to disrupt and hamper China's infrastructure. So he was kind of like the I mean, I don't want to call the Dalai Lama a snitch, you know? I mean, that seems a little harsh, but I mean, when you're pulling, let's call him a consultant, because if a group, let's just say in layman's terms, let's talk about real life here. Hold on, let's switch screens for a second. If a company is paying me to spy on their competitor by, I don't know, going in and purchasing some of their products and maybe learning a little bit more about their business, would we consider that a snitch? I think a consultant would be more the right title for that. Plus, he's the Dalai Lama, right? I mean, you don't want to call him a snitch. But I had never heard of this before. Had y'all ever heard of this? Anybody? I think I want to add my bow real quick. Y'all don't come for me. Oh, I forgot to do my disclaimer, right? Everything mentioned in this video is strictly for entertainment and educational purposes only. Everything's alleged. Y'all don't shut me down. Don't come for me. Y'all just, let's have fun. Let's have a good time. Okay, so my number one of top 5 conspiracy theories that turned out to be true. Dun, dun, dun. Number 1 is actually a tie, right? So we talked about it before in MK Ultra, but in case you missed it, the CIA did actually conduct, what's going on with this? Oh, here we go. Did actually conduct experiments on humans, unsuspecting humans at that, in order to create like superhumans, or how should I put this? Or like soldier humans. So they wanted to conduct experiments on them in order to put them under mind control, so that they could basically, you know, control them in order to do their bidding. And so it was a long, lengthy line of experiments, and they've come out, there's intelligence documents that have come out to talk about what happened, when it happened, who it happened to. Some of the families that it's happened to have actually been compensated for some of the things that was done to their family members, so on and so forth. So that is actually a true conspiracy theory. So that is number 1, tied for number 1, with the Illuminati actually being the same as our government. So again, I think that was my favorite. I think so in that same video I had talked about, I had alluded to the Illuminati, which then I later did in a different video as part of the secret societies. And so y'all do this at your own risk. However, if you type in the word Illuminati backwards, like spell the word Illuminati backwards.com, it will bring you to the NSA's website. So why? I mean, do y'all think the NSA is trolling us by doing that? Or, I mean, because they're the NSA, they can do what they want, right? But why would they do that? Why would they? Because that's such a weird word anyway, which it's supposed to mean the enlightened ones or enlightenment. And have y'all ever tried doing that? Have y'all ever typed in the word Illuminati backwards.com and been brought to the NSA's website? Which, let's be honest, I'm actually, when I was at time, I am actually probably on the watch list because of hashtag crafting and conspiracies. So I'm going to do a runner-up of the top 5 conspiracy theories that have been proven to be true in just a moment. Runner-up would actually be bad booze. So the conspiracy theory on this is during Prohibition, The government had poisoned alcohol to keep people from drinking it. We always think the government is behind everything, right? Well, most of the time it is, so that's kind of why. Manufacturers of industrial alcohol had been mixing their product with dangerous chemicals for years prior to Prohibition, but between 1926 and 1933, the federal government pushed manufacturers to use stronger poisons to discourage bootleggers from turning the alcohol into moonshine. That, however, did not stop the bootleggers, and consequently, over 10,000 people actually died from buying bad booze. So, super sad. I just love these colors together. All right, you guys, I guess I'll show y'all. So this is our finished product. This is our cute orange and green grapevine. Everyone bring a fun fact. Yes, that's your homework for next week, Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Times. If you can join, I would love to have you. If you're new, I'm Sam Kelly with Beautiful Wreath, and I do crafting and conspiracies on Friday nights. All right, y'all. Well, I sure do appreciate each and every one of y'all for joining me. If you wouldn't mind spreading the love, sharing the video, or if you just want to give me a thumbs up or a heart, that would greatly help me out as well. And I look forward to hanging out with y'all every week, and it's becoming something that I really, really enjoy and look forward to. So I hope y'all will keep coming back and joining me. And if you can watch the replay or parts of it even, or jump in just to say hi, all of that matters to me, truly. So thank y'all very much. All right, y'all. Well, I hope y'all have a great weekend, and I'll chat with y'all later. Bye now.